Another one.
So it says, should QA engineers write automated tests? And this is based on an article. I did not read the article yet because I wanted to read it together with you. And it says, so the person who wrote the article says, I share my thoughts on why QA engineers should write automated tests. I thought they wrote automated tests by default, but that's why I was intrigued to read this together with you. Happy to get your thoughts from other industry leaders on why we need to delve more into automation space, right? So it's going to be interesting because I don't know QA. Like, I don't know any QA engineers who don't write tests. Like, I don't think there's something such as a manual QA engineer, but we shall find out. Right. So what I'm going to do, I am going to share the. Oh wait, 1 second. We have D in the chat. It says good night, peeps.
I appreciate you.
Welcome to the show, D. All right. So we are going to jump into this article. Let me put the timer up, although I don't know how long this article is going to be, right? But let's do that. Let's go to. All right. So the article says, should QA engineers write tests? And it says most definitely. This is by Tinashe, written December 29th, 2023. This is about a 3-minute read. So let's see. And I will give my feedback and comment throughout, right? So, following my previous article on why developers should write unit tests, I don't know, like, this is interesting that this would actually be an article. But okay, anyways, I'm back advocating for why QA engineers should write automated tests as well. Some may be wondering, if the developers are writing unit tests, why should QA be burdened with writing code as well? Well, read on. So just reading for this first paragraph, right? I'm wondering if this person is really, really new to the field, because I think only if you are like brand new to the field, you might be wondering this, right? But with the right amount of experience, then like this is there's no question about it. Why, like, what the difference between unit tests that developers write and what the automation tests that QA writes, right? Like, in all my companies, we developers have written unit tests, and I've been responsible for the automated test. So I don't know. Let's read. Like, let's read on, right? So I'll build upon the registration and login workflow example and highlight how automated tests benefit not only the product team, but the QA themselves. Okay. To those that have been in testing, how many times has a change been implemented and you've had to test for hours on end every other feature to make sure nothing was broken? Regression, anyone? Maybe like 12 years ago, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Or better yet, a single change broke some unrelated use case, and because you're not certain of the impact, you end up retesting the entire test suite to get the comfort that all other services are functional. If you've been through this or are in these trenches, it's high time you start the automation journey. So yeah, like I said, right? It seems like this person is either new to development, new to testing, because like I've been doing this for like the past 10 years now, So I don't know. This is interesting, right? So the starting point has to be two-pronged. The developers working on the unit test and QA building out the end-to-end test suite. The test pyramid is a good guide as to how to structure the test. If you are overwhelmed, my recommendation is to map out the most common use cases, the features that, if not functional, you will not have a product. With those in tow, hasten to automate these, even if it's the happy path only. I totally agree with that. So as QA engineers, we bring a lot of value regarding ensuring the product works end to end. Developers rarely have leeway to write integration tests as well as functional tests. If the product has a backend that exposes functionality via APIs consumed by a front end, the ideal starting point would be to write integration tests on the API layer. Totally agree with that. The beauty of these tests is that they give you, as the QA, an in-depth understanding of the product. Imagine knowing the process workflow for registration and login, including the endpoints invoked when. Okay. All right. When a part of the process breaks, you can easily pinpoint the fault and direct developers there. Your bug reports will be more succinct and help the team fix issues quickly. Agreed. Once the API layer is automated, one can pick up the UI related use cases. Building on top of the automated APIs, the combination of the two suites will help you quickly isolate failures. For example, if your registration flow use cases fails for the UI test but passes for the API test, you can isolate the issue to be on the front end. A quick comparison of the calls between the UI and the API test will help you identify which part is problematic. I can promise you developers will love such bugs. Definitely they will. Well articulated and pointing the light to where the issues lies. To close off, by embracing automation, QA engineers fortify their role as champions of product quality, coupled with faster identification of issues, succinct bug reports, and in-depth understanding of the inner workings of the product. QA becomes an invaluable cog in the product development team. In my next article, we will delve into the nitty-gritty with a concrete example. Happy automation, and stay tuned for part 2. So, and this article comes from the CTO, Chief Testing Officer. Pretty cool site, I must say. I like the name of the website. However, or the name of the blog. However, I like. I think the premise of the article of should QA engineers write automated tests, I don't think that's a valid question because I don't think you are a QA engineer if you don't write automated tests, right? Because you need to innovate. To me, as a QA engineer, you need to innovate, right? It's simple as that. You need to be able to make the testing process better. To put it simple, right? So we'll go back. I agree with everything that's said in the article. I just don't understand like how. I think everybody in QA, right, should be working towards automation and not only some people they get so stuck on manual QA and stuff like that, and it doesn't help, right? So, like I said, this year is about focus and growth, right? So I think it's a great article. I think that the points being made are good and they're valid. I just don't see. I guess the title of the article is the part that throws me off of like should QA engineers write automated tests. I just don't think just don't think you're a QA engineer if you do not write automated tests, right? So, but that's just me. Maybe I don't know. That's just me. Let me know what you think, right? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Am I off? Does this article make sense? Or is the author a bit off on the question that they ask? Because is it like, well, you're not a QA engineer if you do not write automated tests, all right? So let me know what you think, all right?
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.